edge of the circle, and the play zone has finally forsaken DRS a little bit. Instead, it's going to be smack on Deadeye's guys, P and Crew and High Voltage. Now, P and Crew and High Voltage's position up north towards Yasnaya, that's going to be crucial. And DRS immediately moving up north. The problem here is, if the circle finally collapses towards Yasnaya, where you have those buildings over there, the teams who are present in the buildings right now, they're going to be in a very comfortable spot. I'm talking about High Voltage. I'm talking about P and Crew. As we finally see a push coming in, as DRS are going to be pushing into A1. And this is uncharacteristic from DRS. They're a team who don't necessarily want to take fights unless they really have to, but it looks like they have to finally go for the fights here. Enima, Molotov getting tossed on in, and it's going to force out the player there. Sinister caught on the open, and it's going to be Nima with the drive-by with the UMP finding one. He knows there are a couple of members nearby as well. Avoids a nade, but he takes so much of damage. He spots a player inside. The nade could be everything here. The nade could just completely destroy A1. And A1 Jax holding the line. The nade almost finds him 1 point of health, but he somehow manages to drop a player, and he's still live and kicking. As Nineboy as well, trying his desperate best to keep his teammates in contention. He has so much work to do, but it is going to be DRS who pushes in, takes down A1, and not just takes out A1, but they keep all 4 members alive, XP.
Damn, it looks like I just joined in as the first one bit the dust, but I got to ask you a question. What did I miss? What did I misplay?
You missed DRS just flexing on A1 there. The old champions really delivering. As you have another fight breaking out. It is going to be I8 versus Bublu here. Interesting.
You're going to have to bring me up to speed because I have no idea who went where, but it does look like we are going to be in a no man's land situation right now where either teams, they do seem to have a nice little... Oh, wait a second. Just as I say that they have some cover, looks like... Bublu just spotted Red View's way in the distance, laying down a few shots, and at that distance, connecting is something that is obviously going to make them feel good. But again, I just joined in, as you did mention, A1 Esports were completely obliterated by what it seemed like, because I saw a house, I saw some smoke, I heard some bullets fly, and then that's all she wrote.
Yeah, and they were in a very good position, and DRS were like, oh well, we're gonna be rotating in, and they found A1 Esports on their path, and it just took them down. Right now, the battle of the Pakistani teams, this is interesting. Domestic battles are always interesting, but it's going to be Blade. XP is going to find Zibian early on, and the problem with that pit is XP, sure, it might provide cover, but you can get shot down from above, and that is exactly what's going to be taking place here.
Especially since I8 are going to be rounding them around with Crypto going in for that little bit of a flank, which means they are going to be in a world of trouble. Smoke grenades are going to conceal their position just for a little bit. Once that smoke dissipates, it's going to be a little bit mayhem because Blade is going to find Dibion, and with that, he is going to be bleeding on his knees. Scratch that. He has been eliminated with Wolf, the last man standing in the smoke, is going to get spotted, which means now it's going to be a 1-on-4 situation. And wait a second, Crypto is going to get the knock. However, 420 gets the better of Blade.
For how long is the question here? He somehow finds another one. How does he find another one, XP? This is sloppy from I8. They are giving him individual fight. They're giving him 1v1 fights. Ozum's going to be knocked as well. 420 boy, he might just pull off the clutch. It's a 1v4. And I8 getting a little too over-eager, maybe a little too overconfident. And Crypto is on 1 HP, and 420 might have done this all by himself. He's got time to heal himself up, and bear in mind, XP, he has his teammate nearby as well. Danny's still alive and kicking if needs be. And I8, they have completely choked this.
You know, you were talking about it being a domestic affair. I think what was happening here was they wanted to add insult to injury, especially since, you know, they wanted to drive over the last remaining member. And, well, if you go up against 420 boy 1-by-1, it is going to cost you a lot. And it looks like Danny has been picked up. And with that, Blade is going to be put 6 feet under, which now means I8 just have a couple of options. They can either basically run away from this fight, or he can do something drastic and take a fight against a 3-man squad now. This is, oh my God. Blade, how the tables turn, and there you have it. I8 is out.
That was DRS. That was DRS from the distance, just completely stealing the kill away. I8 had everything going for them there, and they just completely capitulate to one man. 420. Boy, oh boy, that was a statement early on coming in from Team Bublu, and I'm a fan. I like it. I like seeing that. Taking down one of the big hitters early on, as P and Crew are going to come under fire from Seal.
Talking about big hitters, Seal Esports now, man. We've seen a lot of action from them in the past, but I like the fact that there are a lot of teams in contention in Yasnaya over here. Of course, on the top of your screen, you do see the Wizards basically taking the fight to Stalwart Esports, and I do believe they are going to be exchanging a couple of knocks here and there, but oh my goodness, coming back to that I8 debacle, I think they made a mistake going in one at a time, and 420 boy just kept his head about him, and well, he got the job done. But now Ayush, he does have an idea that his teammates are going to be in the building, which is going to be rushed soon. However, him being all by his lonesome might help in the initial phase of that assault, but it will give his position away.
I'm just taking a look at the who's left alive, XP, and it's been a rough start for some big names, right? A1, I8 out already, Zeus down to 1 member. It's been a rough start for a lot of these teams, and looking at the play zone here. So the zone was pretty much towards this part of the map, XP, and DRS were obviously in Yasnaya. They moved out of Yasnaya. They were like, yeah, there's no way the circle's going to be ending there, but it winds up ending there. And unfortunately for them, by the time they come back, Stalwart, P and Crew, and Seal had made their home in Yasnaya, which is problematic. Zeus are going to fall as well, alongside 7C. So some big, heavy hitters getting taken down early on with a bit of vehicular manslaughter as well. But this XP, I believe you like this. You'll like urban warfare.
Oh, I love it. I love it. And you know what? In fact, you did kind of mention that DRS kind of let go of their position as you have a look at AJ getting knocked out by Top from Stalwart Esports. Of course, Astro Academy, you have collaboration coming on. They are playing under a new banner. But it does also mean now, Blade, that Stalwart Esports are going to be in that entrenched position, which does sound good on paper. But mind you, bullets are going to be flying overhead from every which direction. And that could be problematic. And well, when the zone throws curveballs like that out in the open, I guess DRS are going to be happy they're not pincered in one of these buildings.
Yeah, they're actually in a very good position here, right in the periphery. They can get a lot of knocks, a lot of kills, while the other teams are going to be rotating in. And then in the last second, they can slowly sneak on in to the play zone. Right now, though, it's a mad dash. WZV getting kept at bay. Seal. All 4 members still alive, mind you, although Wally is a bit low, so he probably wants to heal himself as soon as possible. This Reaperbot will find Steel Shot. Venom Legends going up against multiple teams here. Killer sneaking on in. I like the way Seal are moving, living up to the name like a Seal Team 6. Just moving, clearing their angles, working from compound to compound. Look at the way they're just moving in, right? XP like in a train.
It also makes sense because they are avoiding conflict, and talking about conflict, have a look at that. 420 is going to go down. Listen, gets taken down by that Apex AKM, and looks like there's going to be a blind rush as Glenn trying to go in that room.
What's going on?
The enemy was right in front of him. This is absolutely chaotic. It is pandemonium, but looks like Slayer is still about his business. He's a last man standing, but now Nima is going to spot him as he makes that frantic dash for some cover. However, with that, P and Crew are going to bid us adieu as they exit this game, which means 9 teams are alive and 27 people are still wanting to get the first chicken dinner of this season.
From the frying pan into the fire of DRS. They were trying to escape Stalwart. Instead, it's going to be DRS. Oh, there's going to be a free knock. That's going to be a free knock. Pika, he was unaware of this particular angle from Gyald, and he tries to crawl to cover, which he will find, but eventually he's going to bleed on out. But his teammates said it's not worth for Stalwart's final member, like 2 members, to go in and try and go for the res here. So Pika's days are numbered, and DRS, the reigning champions of the previous season, XP. Sure, they struggled a little bit during the PMWI, the Invitational for the East Conference, but right now they're off to a hell of a start, but cannot count out R3D as well. They are looking fantastic, and so are High Voltage.
I think every team has kind of done their homework from the past season, because we are seeing a different level of aggression, especially from the Pakistani teams, like you did mention R3D. But now, looks like Top is going to get the better of On Top from Deadeye's guys. And I was just going to bring them up because it did seem like Deadeye's guys were locked in a battle of their own on the other end of the playing field against the Wizards, but they did get the better of them with grenades going off in every which direction. But right now, Deadeye's guys, they do seem to have one end of the zone all to themselves. The problem is that it is way too open, and they're going to keep their feet. But what's not open is this little bending side where Wizards are going to go up against Seal. Like you mentioned it, Seal, man, these guys are like a well-oiled machine. They come out on top.
So very close getting knocked out there, coming down to 1 member, but Seal, they will hold on. Baron, and it's a red Baron or not, but right now he is drenched in the red of his enemies. He's looking for more here. Seal. If anyone of you guys tuned in the previous season, day 1, they got 4 chicken dinners on day 1. if memory serves me right. That was Team Seal. So, yeah, they fell off later on in the second and third weeks, but there was something to witness. As High Voltage, next week they have they're just on 2 members, but they have 6 kills to their name. Now R3D are in a very good position, only 4 kills, but the fact that they have all 4 alive is going to be real helpful indeed. Aussie having to go for a mad dash, he's zigging and zagging, but he's been spotted out. He's taking a lot of damage. XP, he's going to go for the prolonged spray. He's in fact going to get the knock, but he needs to move into its safety. The smoke is going to offer him a little bit of respite, but for how long? Because from all across the grass, DRS, they have a very good line of sight on him.
Good cover coming in from his teammate, though, because Aussie was in a little bit of a predicament, but it did look like Extreme had his back. Now, it is going to be a couple of matches. Like you did kind of mention that, Deadeye's guys could be in a precarious position to basically rain down death, but looks like they're going to have to be contented with R3D, because from distance, one of their members just went down. I do believe it was DRS, in fact, who laid that final blow, but it looks like Baron is going to get a kill for himself. Now, Extreme and Aussie play, they could be in a position to rack up some more kills, especially at the expense of R3D. However, at the other end of the playing field, we have Gunstrain and DRS could basically take it all away from them.
Yeah, Aussie now, last man standing. There's not much safety here. Everyone has to go prone, so him going in for the rest for Extreme might not really be worth it unless he can deploy a few smokes. There is still the possibility, but he maybe wants to hold on to his utility for the end game. Well, never mind, his teammate's already been taken out, so that decision has been made for him already. Gyalzen can heal himself up. That's a great nade. Oh, that's fantastic! He's got to find 2 XP. He's got to finish one off. He's got to find 2 kills with that one nade. And Wally as well getting taken down. Absolutely obliterated with the nade bombardment. And this is looking fantastic for the side of R3D.
It does indeed. Of course, they are in the top 3 position. He does have an idea where RG is, but RG, of course, is going to spot him out. And with that, R3D are out. And the real soldiers, ladies and gentlemen, are going to come away with a chicken dinner in game number 1. I just have one question for you, Blair. Are you surprised at all?
A little bit. I won't lie, a little bit, because okay, they are the reigning champions of the pmpl South Asia from previous season, but they play this game in a very uncharacteristic fashion. They're a team, they like going to super late rotations. They try to avoid fights as much as possible. Today, they were like, screw you guys, we're the champions, and we're going to show you why. Also, a bit surprising to see some of the well-known names dropping out. I8 as well, in such a good position, getting a little complacent perhaps against Team Bublu. We also had Zeus getting knocked out early on. But it's good to see that some of the known names are delivering. The likes of Seal Esports, the like of DRS, the like of High Voltage. So it looks like we're in for a show here. We're in for not just a day, but for an entire month of some crazy action.
See, let me just lay down some facts for you. I came in the game as soon as DRS did wipe out A1 Esports, and we did kind of mention that, they've changed their strategy. They left Yasnaya, then came back in and got the job done, which basically goes to say everyone's doing their homework, which means this season is going to be amazing. And with that, of course, it is an end to game number 1, but the action is going to continue on the other side of this little break.